I've walked some roads I shouldn't have been on. Whiskey and regret in the breaking dawn. But the Lord kept watch through the storm and flame. Though I strayed, He loved me just the same. Now I stand with scars and a second chance, a Bible in one hand, the other reaching out again. I'm a sinner, not a saint, but I hope that one day, by God's grace, that will change. This I pray, yeah, this I pray. He blessed me with 6 little hearts to raise, each one a miracle, a reason to praise. He cured my body, set me free of the pain that once had a hold on me. And my woman stands with love in her eyes. Through every fall, she's been my fighting light. I'm a sinner, not a saint, but I hope that one day, by God's grace, that will change. This I pray, yeah, this I pray. Some folks preach from a pulpit high, but I found Him in a baby's cry, in a quiet night, and a faithful wife, in the trials that taught me how to fight. Now I ain't perfect, Lord knows it's true, but every breath I take, I give to you. With every sunrise, I still believe that grace is real and it's working on me. I'm a sinner, not a saint, but I hope that one day, by God's grace, that will change. This I pray, yeah, this I pray, till I reach them golden gates. This I pray.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome to the live stream. My name is Brian. If you happen to be new around here, we're trying a few things out. We're also over on Instagram and more, just having some fun, generally playing around with everything. I hope anybody who was here for that little intro, little song that I wrote, I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been dabbling. I've been used to it. It wasn't a band many years ago. Wrote some songs, but now here we are. So I hope that you guys are doing well. The plan for today's stream, as I kind of rearrange my my setup here so I can make sure I get and see all the various different comments, and we will be also hanging out in Discord as well for those of you who want to join in. The plan is on this stream gonna be doing some power leveling. If you've been hanging out on the past few streams, I have been farming Endgame with a specific idea in mind. And now we have kind of achieved that. And I'll highlight here my build and my setup here at the beginning of this stream as well. But all that being said, I'm going to play a little bit. We're going to level. We're going to put some time into No Rest for the Wicked. We might give away a copy of the game. I did not specifically label this a giveaway stream, but we did not give a copy of the game away yesterday due to family things that kind of came up, and I had to wrap up the stream early. We're going to play until I'm satisfied with the progress that I've made, because it could be a couple hours. And then I'm going to step into Tears of the Kingdom for the first time ever. You'll see a video from me talking about my frustrations with the Switch 2. But I do have, and I did purchase Tears of the Kingdom, so we will be checking that out as well. All that being said, welcome in. Thanks for being here. If you enjoy the content, what we put out there in the universe, hit that like button. Would love to see you back here for more content. If you haven't hit that subscribe button already, would love that as well. But obviously, the choice is up to you. I'm going to jump into the chill room in Discord. It is free. It is open to all, and it should be the top link in the description for you guys to sit down and just dive in. So that being said, let me show you guys what I've got right now with my build. And one of the reasons why I've been targeted farming Endgame. You can see here lifesteal enhanced, but also my experience gain on all of these. I slotted them all with an experience gem, and the good news is this will be, you can refactor those gems coming in patch 1, as we're still in that waiting room. What's up, Yammerin? Thanks for coming in and hanging out, giving me some company. And Paul over on YouTube. What's up, man?
I just got done with dinner. So
what'd you have for dinner?
Ravioli, like bought ravioli with my mom's like effectively bolognese sauce.
All right, very nice.
So it was leftover sauce from when she made like meatballs, brajioles, sausages.
Okay.
And like pasta. So.
All right. Well, very cool.
It's like it's fucking awesome. my mom's sauce is very, very good.
Yeah, a good sauce, man. It takes you places.
It does.
Yeah. Looks like I gotta rearrange one window here just in case anybody. Actually, hey, what's up? Ahoy! Over on Instagram. How does that even work? Is it just
you stream on Instagram?
I am live right now. So. Is there a way to pin a comment? I see a no. Oh, I can. Okay, cool. Then let's be smart about this, Brian. Be like, easier to see comments on YouTube. Boop, 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 paste. And, okay, good. I did that. Let me go ahead and pin. Perfect. Awesome. That way I'm not being completely obtuse to all those on the other platforms. And then staggering my windows once more. Yay, we did it. What's up? Illusion FX says, hi, Ginger. Just finished watching Mobland and then went back to some YouTube vids. And here you are live like 6 minutes ago. Bonus. Thanks, man. I'm glad you're here, dude. Last night, like we cut the stream a little bit short, but it's been generally really fun. I had a great time swimming with the kids. And I came back obviously tired. Tried to play Tears of the Kingdom. My Switch 2 would not work. Thankfully, I was on the phone with Nintendo and we got that all fixed. And my video about the whole situation goes up tomorrow. So if you guys can check that out. But all that being said is like tonight I'm gonna step into Tears of the Kingdom for the first time. So hopefully you guys want to hang out for that. I've been looking forward to playing that game for a while.
What was wrong with the Switch?
The TLDR is my I had traded Maddie, or at least like because you can now loan out the virtual game cards, the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and in doing so, linking my Switch to hers, apparently you can't load in any of your games unless you're physically in the same space with the person.
Well, that's dumb.
It is so mind-numbingly frustrating. And the word that I've used a couple of times is asinine. I was like, this is just asinine.
Asinine is good.
Like, man.
It's a bit more high class than retarded.
Oh man, have you ever heard of James McCann? He's an Australian Catholic comedian. He opened I probably have. He opened for Shane McGillis. Julie and I went and saw Shane and at the American Airlines Center here in Dallas, and had a great time, great show. But he opened and he was so funny, and he talked about how like he's so proud of us. We brought the word gay back. It's like,
dude,
it's like he was like even gay guys are using it now. Like it's like okay, cool. I think it's funny.
There's this one I was in college. I think this was 2009 or 2010. I was a sophomore. And we had a guild going on with me and my online friends and stuff. And one guy was like, "Listen, my sister's brother is gay. He's like this guy's like, I tell him you can be gay but don't be an F." And he's just like, and he understands. So.
Oh man, it's wild. The concept of policing people's speech is just like, all right, dude. Like,
yeah.
We're all just fatigued.
The normal people are winning.
We'll see. We'll see if it continues.
I think it will. I think the pendulum swung so far.
That's always the problem with pendulum. That's always the problems with pendulums, because it's like,
dude,
all right.
I am so, as someone who's like right in the middle, like more or less, who straddles like slightly.
Yeah,
right,
like 85+% of everybody. We're all like, yeah, we pretty much agree. Like, maybe don't be a jerk.
I'm just like, dude, don't swing too far.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God.
Please. Temperance. Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't know if, I don't think the words. I think the pendulum swing is going to be just as radical. I think
it always is. That's the thing.
Unless we can somehow like slow it down.
Well, I think in my mind is always just like taking the Christian approach, like being honest, speaking truth, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I'm not going out of my way to like attack you and try to ruin your life,
Dude, freaking.
The Cybene, welcome. Thanks for hitting that follow, dude. And then says, can't wait for this game to get rid of this ridiculous RNG. I'm gonna give you a little like my stance on RNG is I actually like RNG when it's married with a static type of system, meaning that could be considered the kind of a mercy rule, or that as you do stuff, you have the ability to target the things that you want so that you make meaningful progress. And then there's RNG stacked on top of that, which is just like a bonus, right? So when RNG is your sole method of payment, like I always kind of relate it to having a job, right? Like imagine if you went to a job and whether you got paid or not was RNG. When you have pure RNG progression, that's how it feels. However, it feels really good if you went to a job, you got paid, like we all agreed, this is what we were going to get, you were going to work for this much, you got that much. And then you got to roll for a bonus. And you're like, oh man, all right. It's just, that'd be really great if real life work was like, hey, great job this week. Why don't you roll this dice and we're going to see what what a bonus could be. But like in especially in RPGs, like, that's where I think, and I always personally go back to the XP mindset, is that XP is a perfect system. Imagine level cap, but you still get XP. You could then apply that XP to things that you are specifically wanting, so that yes, it's not fast. It's not the efficient way to play. RNG obviously might get you there sooner, but you still get that measurable outcome.
Dude, my favorite system for RNG, I think SWTOR removed it, which is a sad face. Basically, you had like an experience bar for like 1 million experience or something at the time. And when you level it up, you got in the mail a box with a piece of gear in it that was specific for your class.
Nice.
And you could upgrade it and stuff. And I was like, that's really neat, because sometimes it would be better than my gear, but I was also like a filthy casual. So
that's the thing. Like I put a random goal because people keep asking me if I do want to play Dune, but like it's just a function of time. So I was like, all right, if y'all want to
Dune Awakening.
So Dune Awakening's officially out.
For you, man.
And
I've been following Force's streams on it.
Yeah, and it's
I
like
have fun watching him, but it's not a game that I would ever like play.
See, it feels like a game. Well, honestly, the truth is like I'm really trying to find some time that I can put Final Fantasy 11 back into my just gaming rotation, and so I'm hoping to that's going to be maybe sometime this summer. Well, once all these things that I have going on are, who knows?
Yeah, you're quite the busy man.
That it is. That is life, man. Yeah, busy. Let's see here. So as Cybrine says, you can have a full playthrough without getting a ring or a weapon you want. It's stupid. Don't know why they thought that would be okay. Ability to target farm stuff in an ARPG is why it is has a lot of replayability. I once made 2 characters to get a specific ring or a greatsword, and it didn't drop at all. Yeah, Cy, you're not wrong. Like, that sucks. That sucks. And that's where it's like, target, and they've talked about target farming, and again, like, I want to make sure that I give that, like, I really enjoy the game. I think they've done a great job. I do think that would be a nice improvement. I don't want them to get rid of RNG though, specifically because when it's not the main form of progression and it's there on top of it, I think it's so exciting when you get something really big. You're like, oh my goodness. But the ability to target farm, like for a ring, or I think they have crafting though. Like I'd have to, go ahead.
The First Descendant has this system where certain things you can target farm, and it, and if you don't get it, it fills up to 100%.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it, it fills up by the probability percent of getting that item. So let's say you're farming for a weapon part, and it has a 7% drop, and you don't get it. Well, the bar goes up 7%.
Yeah.
But if you happen to get it, the bar resets. Like before it fills up, the bar resets.
I think that's fine.
So, yeah, it's a really good system. It's actually really helpful, in the game, especially because it's a Korean RNG simulator.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Measurable progress makes you go and say, I know this is going to take me a long time. I know I need to go grind out, 100 enemies. Okay. Let me keep track of that. Just, I love grinding games. I love RPGs. Like, in my mind, that's kind of a part of the appeal.
I mean, I don't mind grind as long as I can notice a change.
You want to see that's
that one of my
progress.
Major issues. Like, I love BDO, but one of my major issues is that, like, the changes that you get, certain of them, like the meaningful ones, really don't show up very well.
Yeah.
They're like, they occur, but it's like watching a number go from like 1 to 2. It's not. Oh shoot.
I think I don't know specifically, Bruto. I know they've talked about it in terms of like utilizing the whispers a little bit more. There is crafting, and so that's also another aspect, because it's like, oh, all right, I got materials, let me go make stuff with it. But I haven't actually delved into the crafting system at all, and under, like, I guess maybe if I put out a 200+ hour review, it's like, and the one thing I haven't touched is crafting. Like, I unlocked the recipes, but I don't really bother with it. maybe I should. Yeah, I really feel that increase in the XP. For those who missed it earlier, I basically spent time in the previous streams farming the torn resources so that I could not fully exalt, because I really didn't need to fully exalt these things, but I exalted the experience gain. So I'm at an additional 50% experience gain on this character right now, and I feel like it shows. And just like as I work to open up, more of my, I'm literally farming the weeklies. Yeah. I don't think you're wrong, Sai. Boom! Level 19. Let's go. All right. Where is... There, he's probably... Yeah, he's up on the next level. Dude, like... So, I'll ultimately, what you're witnessing is going to be a guide, because, like, that's what I've been working towards, because I was like, oh, okay, like let me get all these beautiful plague eye cores and unlock all my stuff, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'm actually gaining a lot of experience even without the experience boost. And so I was like, oh, but what if I like exalted these items? And then so it was like, yep, it turns out my theory so far is proving to be very correct, because the other side of it is that I'm already OP. These enemies are just melting. Oh, all right. I'm also heavy, so I can do that kind of knockback. Beautiful. You tend to get that Lego greatsword from the first boss, dude. I was playing when it dropped, and it was like I don't know. I have like, I guess, streamer luck whenever I play in stream in terms of my drops. It's like, someone's alive, clearly. Let's I haven't even lowered this thing yet. There we go. I'm glad I didn't go this way earlier. I've been frustrated. There we go. Yeah, and I'm also like on the hunt for some lifesteal gems, so I can put that into my my monk. Oh, I missed him. There we go. Yes. Yes. Dude, corpse smeared, man. I love it. I'd like to see like some kind of thing where like you get the same, you get the drop, you can do more things with it. Like, I don't know, infusion, or I don't know. There's pros and cons to those systems. You need win one copy of the game for one of my okay, let's get the giveaways rocking and rolling. Let's see here. Nightbot. All right. Dashboard. Giveaway. Doot, doot. And yes. Cool. All right. Now let me get back over to the correct screen. Where'd my... Oh, it's the screen. All right, I'm just restacking my things. All right, so use Wicked and enter into the giveaway. Boom, and then I'll pin the message. Okay, so I got that. Where did my this go? Perfect. And back to my game. I have like so many like old layers. I got XChat, YouTube, and Twitch. And if anybody's over chatting on Instagram, note, I apologize. Like, it's not fully integrated, so it doesn't pop in easily. All right, cool. We'll give away a copy of the game some point here. Hey, no problem. The goal is to get more people playing No Rest for the Wicked.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, you're good. I think somebody thought that was your bong at one point back in the past.
Yeah, I still have that water bottle.
It's like, it's a water bottle. All right.
I haven't done marijuana in a long time.
I've never done it.
Well, you're special.
I also am like allergic to everything under the sun and the sun itself. So it's like, I don't know, man. Fair. Like I had an aspirin once and ended up in the hospital for a few days. So Like, I'm just like, I don't know, man.
Crazy.
People are like, oh, you want? I was like, dude, like, I don't know what. I don't, I might be allergic. I might have a bad reaction.
You got shit genes, my friend.
I'm really smart and tall.
Well, that's
Humble
that's a win
too,
for
just
you.
so like I've got a lot of height and intelligence and humility. Like those are.
That's a win for you. I'm short. I'm short as fuck.
Oh, serious?
I'm like a hair under 5'8".
Oh, bro, I like Mikey
So,
is
like-
probably gonna be like 5'8" or something like that because Julie's a shorty, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know, man. Like I'm half tempted to be like, how can we? Is there anything we could do? Feed him or whatever, just to see if we can't at least get to 5'10". Because I love women, but I tell you hands down, that is a thing. I dated a tall girl, and her one complaint was she had these specific heels that made her as tall as me, and that was kind of her and I was like, that's ridiculous. Jeez,
dude.
Louise.
What was it? Tinder, I think, is adding a height filter so that like women don't get short men in their
Oh,
feed.
dude, I feel bad for short men.
Yeah, dude. My whole family. Not my whole family, but like, yeah, like my whole family actually. Aside from like my uncle,
Yeah.
who's like 6 foot or 5'10", something like that. He's tall,
Nice.
but he's also like married.
My grandfather was like 6'5".
Dude,
Have you, I don't know if
So here's the
y'all
thing, right?
y'all know, like, so like when I went to go hang out with my friend John, he's up in Chicago, so it was Taylor and I, and it's like, so John is related to Tyler Ninja Blevins, and so like the Blevins family, monsters, like they are so freaking tall, dude.
Yeah.
And you don't
So,
ever really get
thing-
that on somebody's stream, like somebody's height. It's like, wow.
What's weird is that like there are super tall people in like if you go back like a couple generations, there are like my great grandmother, I think, had like 6 brothers, and all of them were over 6 foot. And I'm just like, where did those genes go? It's like I'm the tallest of the 5 of us in regards to like my immediate family.
Yeah.
And like I'm not that tall either, so it's just like I don't know.
Sidebean wants to get a weight filter to filter out the fatties.
I mean, yeah, I want to as well, but it's funny. My sister's been on a lot of those dating sites, dating apps. And I'm just like, she says to me, she's like, why don't you? I was like, don't use Tinder. Everyone only uses it for sex. And she's like, how do you know? You don't use it. I'm just like, because people use it for sex. That's why I don't use it.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, what is this?
It's wild, man. I feel like I lucked out majorly meeting Julie before all of that became kind of the way things are.
Yeah, I basically, after a weird experience on a dating app that you were
Yeah,
privy to,
I remember her. She sounded like, I was like,
yeah.
I hope it works out. And I was like,
it just
yeah.
it didn't work out, and I just swore. I was like, you know what, screw it. I deleted them all off my phone, and I haven't spent time looking at it at all. So
if their profile is just a face picture equals, yep, fatso detected.
dude, a lot of women don't know that. They'll put a bunch of pictures on their face, and I'm just like, you do realize that, like, I'll tell them, like, you do realize that signals to the guy that you're fat, right? She's like, how do you know? It's just like, because if you're only showing your face, you're obviously, like, the rest of you isn't desirable.
All right, let's see here.
Well, that was delayed.
A little bit. Ooh. Whew. They're so accurate with those bombs. Your inventory is full. Yeah, not for long though. There we go. The swamp rises. All right, great. I believe I'm not gonna go do that one. Like, I'm just gonna do what's convenient, because this is about power leveling. It's not about you know, clearing every little bit of it. Like, are you talking about like aiming? Sometimes, yeah, it like picks a target that I'm like, no, I gotta stop. Wrong target.
That's always annoying.
Oh man, I feel like the enemies are insanely accurate in this game. Okay. I was like, fast travel failed. Have I tried leveling in the Crucible? Not like as the reason why I went into the Crucible, but I've gotten it, you know, like it gives you experience, but it's definitely not like worth it. The fact is though, is that before we got 0, now we get a little bit, and I'll take it. Cause I even told Thomas, I was like, I don't need the Crucible to be my like leveling, you know, experience. But the fact that I don't get any experience de-incentivizes it, especially if I am leveling.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, let me just do the thing. All right. Oh, let me go sell some stuff, because it's not just about experience. Got to make that money.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, a short bow that's cursed. I have not seen anything but, I mean, I guess it's more like the blues and whatnot. Hunter, what's up, dude? All right, let's see here. Boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna hold on to that bow. Oh, a cursed shield. I'll take it. With embers, cursed items, I think, are way more, you know, inviting. I'm gonna keep my leveling stats though. Oh, dude, player trade's gonna help us out though, Sai. Like, when back to the RNG aspect, meaning that we're gonna be able to trade everything. Oh, you didn't get a ring? Here, take this. All right. Excellent. All right. Got all that turned in. Let me go grab the stuff that dropped. Yeah, I think like a lot of this is gonna be real interesting in terms of, you know, like you said, like with crafting and trade and target farming. I think it's gonna balance itself out. Like, I think when, like, again, when the game's complete, like there's gonna be a lot of the things that are like, yeah, I get the frustration. Ooh. Buying gems.
I've had this game since launch, haven't played as I'm still holding out for co-op. It's so painful.
Ooh, dude. Co-op sounds like it's coming hopefully pretty quick. Thomas was in Discord earlier chatting it up with everybody. I was capturing some stuff for another Wicked Weekly. Because I was like, yeah, it's like, it's the thing, like, you know, there's not stuff to talk about. And I do admire from just a sheer hustle perspective those that can just continue to push out the same content. It's just like, oh man, tip of the hat, bro. All right, sweet. I have a gold now. So how they've described multiplayer working so far, Sai, is in a few things. They've talked about it in terms of just like with realms, that you can obviously have a realm that's yours and you don't. So if you don't want multiplayer, you're not going to, you'll never really kind of experience it. Like if you are a part of a realm, it's like you're a citizen, and in order to kick somebody off the realm, there's like a vote kick system. So it's not like if I create a realm, I own it. If you do get kicked out of a realm, though, you do get a copy of the realm in its state that it was at that time. So it's not like you lose any kind of realm progress, for example. But my feedback and the interest I have in it, obviously, as a content creator and streamer, is I like playing games with you guys. That's what makes, like, when an MMO just makes that easy for us to get into a group and go like fight a boss and stuff like that. That's fun. That's inviting. And I like that aspect of it. And I'm hoping that No Rest kind of has that aspect as well, where I could have a realm, and then obviously there's a cap on the amount of people who are on that realm at any one time. So it'd be really cool to have a realm. All of y'all can be a part of it. Obviously only so many could be on at a time, but then if somebody gets off, it's like, hey, I gotta go, I'm signing off, and then somebody else can easily hop in without too much hassle. It'd be really cool to be like, hey, join my realm, here's the code, and you can kind of be in the lobby or the room or something. I don't know. We will see. Now, but as far as it goes, you're like a citizen of a realm that you're a part of, and the realms are all, always online, etc. So hopefully that makes sense. Vindictus and Genshin have anonymous co-op, basically with a lobby system. I wouldn't mind that either. That's good to know. I haven't played Genshin in a long time, and I haven't played Vindictus. But yeah, I think that's going to be something. We know multiplayer is it's in the code. They just haven't enabled it, and so they've been testing it. That is the next major milestone update. But patch 1 does sound, based off of what like Thomas is talking, and the more he talks, I'm like, it sounds like patch 1 is sooner rather than later. Multiplayer is later, but not that late. So I could still see multiplayer coming at the end of July or early August, and maybe patch 1 here in the next couple of weeks. And patch 1 being kind of hyper focusing on performance improvements, player feedback, adjustments and quality of life. And they said they're adding new weapons, armor, and runes and stuff like that. So there will be some content that's involved in it. Yeah, I know that they've talked about like there's going to be like, you know, there's going to be some kind of matchmaking for PvP, because it's not like people are going to be like, all right, come to my realm and we're going to duke it out, but we'll see. But we also do know that PvP is not going to be included as a part of the multiplayer co-op update. That will come at a later time. Which I was like, man, if they were able to include it at that time, that would also be like a big piece of content that a lot of people are interested in to check out. But honestly, you know, let's let the devs cook. Better not go that way. I don't know if I've unlocked all the shortcuts on this realm. Taking way too long to yell at me. You gotta blow him up before he has the opportunity. YOLO! Oh, bummer. No treasure up there. Hey, what's up, Ryan?
Yo, what's up?
How's it going, dude?
Oh, dude. It's going great.
Awesome.
Best day of my life.
I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, sit down. Okay, I did a shortcut.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite things about, it still is one of my favorite things about No Rest for the Wicked. Is like, it takes you on this huge path, you get through it, and then all of a sudden you're like, bloop, and you hit a little ladder, you hit something, you're like, all right, now I don't have to go through that. It's
I
just a
know,
giant
right?
circle.
Yeah. The map and the layout is so good. Because then it's always interesting, because it's like, oh, that's where that connects. You know, I couldn't reach that or something, you know, earlier. Seeing how like the lowland meadows connects to like the glades was interesting.
Yeah, I forgot what it was, but it was at the very beginning of the game when you're on the beach. There's a later level, at least before the first big update, that actually it connected. I never knew it connected. I'm like, oh, how'd I get here? I'm like, oh, it's just right there. That's dope.
Yeah, and then you knock down that ladder, and then you're like, oh, okay, I need to get over here.
So you gave up on the claws and went to the great sword.
So this is just more or less leveling. One of the things I was working on prior was exalting my not fully exalting, mind you, but exalting the gear. So like if you see where it now has that golden color on the experience gain 10%, I went and you can have it do you can use your materials to get a max roll. And so from like one of the guides I've been working on is the kind of a power leveling guide. And so you're kind of watching me do that and test it out right now with just kind of like farming these different enemies and bosses and then turning them in. And you're going to see me when I'm done with this kind of run that I'm on, unlock a massive amount of inventory space, etc., and just basically set myself up for great success, alongside also getting a metric ton of experience. So it was like I could do this prior to doing doing the exalting, but then essentially like I can use this leveling gear set on all of my characters. So it's like, oh cool, like let me go, we got this.
Sweet.
You want flails? I think, have they announced flails? I know they have like more weapon types and stuff coming. Is he under the ground? Is that what it is? Yeah, this was my first hardcore character that died after 8 hours. So I'm like, yeah, I'm at like every, so I've got my current hardcore characters, my faith build, my int build did not do so well, died really quickly.
Int builds are really hard in most games, man. They're just so glass cannony, but like once you get them where they need to be, they're super, super powerful.
Yeah.
And got good range typically.
Yeah, I'm well excited because patch 1 also switches like ranged attacks to stamina based. So it's like, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Is that the... That's in the glades. All right. Where in the glades? It's down there.
You never know. Like even at the very beginning place, like there was a spot where like I didn't even know like you could walk backwards because I just thought it was a wall, right? And then you walk backwards, like oh, and then a whole new area, dude.
Why does it? Yeah, exactly. Why am I not finding that bounty?
Is the bounty that mini boss that's a little bit further to the left?
Yeah, it's right there. It looks like it's supposed to... we'll go back up there and see if anything spawns. If not, then I'll say, oh, I guess that was a bug. Because it looks like it's like right above me. I guess I wonder if it could be right below me. See, like I'm...
I thought there was a whole cutscene when you go through that, and it leads to your first big boss fight.
There is, yeah, and that's already... He's already long since expired.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Right now it's level 30. I don't think we have a confirmation on when the level cap will go up, but I do believe that it will. I could see level cap going up to maybe like 50 at the release of the game, for example. But I don't think that's confirmed. Like honestly, maybe I'll like I'm, fortunate enough. Thomas and I are gonna collab on Thursday, so I'll see if I can't find that out for like a definitive. And it might have already been answered. I just cannot for the life of me recall. Like I was like, I assume. There we go. I was like, what the? There we go. Sweet. Like, yeah, I was like, it felt like it was under me. And I was right. And I leveled up.
Nice.
All right. Guess I could have used the whisper, but why not? Little jaunt. Oh, there it is. So turn all these in. Yeah, man, it gives you a decent chunk of experience. And on to the next one.
Oh. Did you ever completely complete the? I think it was the Crucible, where you had to keep going in, and there was like 10 different levels that got harder progressively.
Yeah, I've like I haven't cleared the Crucible in the Breach update yet, but I have done so in the previous many times. And so I'm looking forward to, like, I would love to be somebody who clears the Crucible in hardcore as well. That'd be nuts. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. Oh, I guess we don't have the within
Too
our
early
walls.
for sleep, Brian.
What's up?
Too early for sleep.
Too early. What time is it? 6:48. Yeah, pretty early. Oh, do they wait? Okay, yeah, I was like, they have the within our walls. I was like, it's always nice when it's within our walls because it's like such a quick turnaround. Beautiful. So what we're doing, obviously, with the multi-realm farming, one of the things is that Thomas has already kind of addressed that, like that they want to work to get that where that's not the method, you know, where it's like where you could target farm in your realm, so you don't have to make multiple realms. Also, thank you guys so much for the 20 likes on the stream. I really appreciate that. All right, let's see here. Have any more XP potions? No, I don't. It's all good. Oh, I have more gear to sell. I do. Time to go sell some gear. Oh, dude, Salvador, I am so excited for multiplayer, guys. Like one of the things, like Thomas is like, oh, hey, how, you know, like how do we get more people? You know, because they obviously want to sell copies of the game. Makes sense. Checks out. Yeah, multiplayer. That's going to help out a lot. All right, let's see here. Let's sell some stuff. Make lots of money. Making me want to turn on, dude. TK, turn it on. Play. Oh man, TK, what did you watch the Xbox event? I'm very curious as to how everybody's feeling about Switch 2 and the Xbox handheld.
I think it's cool that more companies are jumping into the handheld market.
I find it fascinating. A lot of I see a lot of it's discussion that like people believe Sony will block their games, their PC games, from running on this new hardware. And in my mind, I'm like, that only kicks off a lawsuit that I do not believe they can win, because it's like imagining me saying, because you use a certain type of RAM, your game won't, you know, it can run, but we are specifically saying not to. And it's like, I think it's a, you know, if they did that, there'd be a lawsuit. Obviously it would cost millions and millions of dollars and probably drag on longer than anybody would like. But I do think that Microsoft would win that lawsuit, especially because they're like, we put our games on PlayStation, you know. It's like, this is, you know, I think that's one of the strategies at play. How old am I? Salvador, I believe 43. I'm at the age in which that I have to do math to figure out how old am I, because I don't remember.
Dude, freaking.
I think I'm turning 44 this year, because I gave up drinking alcohol until I turned 45. So that would be the following.
So what was weird was
Thanks, Salvador. Also, I got 6 kids. I honestly think that's more impressive. What whisper things I last touched? Nameless past, not heading there. When I turned 41, my kids was like, happy 41st. I was like, I'm only 40.
No.
So why did you give up drinking only till 45?
More as I continue to lose weight. So I've lost like 85 pounds. I've been on like a very slow year. So like over the last year, like it was like 75 for the first year. This last like 9 months has been like I've lost 10. And so it's like,
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of the renovation stuff is definitely like I've been working a lot more trying to make sure we had the money to cover the renovations, yada yada yada, because we don't do debt. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a privileged thing. It's something we earn though, because we busted our ass to get out of debt. And you'll hear me constantly just encourage people to pay off their debts because they don't realize just how much it's so weird. Things actually got cheaper when we got out of debt. Like, and it's hard to explain that. It's like all of a sudden you just, I don't know, you have more buying power. You're like, oh, I can do this. I can just pay for the full year of my cell phone as a prepay. And all of a sudden I'm only paying $300 a year. Oh, wow. Like instead of paying, thousands and thousands. So it's like, there's all these little things that kind of all of a sudden you're like, okay, things used to be like, I think that, a lot of the world is like, oh yeah, we're going to charge all these people all this money. And it's like, all right. But when you get out of debt, you're like, I don't want to get back into debt. I'll wait. I'll save up for it. And then people are usually willing to like work with you because it's like, oh, outside of car dealerships, man, like I tell you, like the next car that I decide to buy, I'm going to finance and then literally just go home and pay it off because it was such a pain in the ass trying to buy Julie her car in cash. It's just like, good night, dude.
Well, that's I was a car dealer, and if they finance at their official bank, they can make money on the back end, right? So let's say you get 3% interest. Well, maybe 1.5% interest is going back to them. So what you do is you just tell them, I'm just worried about what the final price is on the show, and then whatever payment you want, be like, because they don't care. So then you get the final price down to what you want, and then you finance it. And like you said, you paid off within 30 days before your first payment, and you get the price you want.
Yeah, the thing I've seen from like in negotiating tactics is like you tell them I'm undecided when it comes to like how you're gonna pay for the car, and then that way it's like, oh, if I finance with you guys, would you knock off another $1,000 off the price of the car? And then generally that ends up being the case, and it's like, cool, call it a day. That guy just deleted himself. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Did I see what you wrote about the Xbox showcase? I apologize. I did not. He says, yes, I did. It was a real good showing. Just so tired of you can't enjoy them because Poll gotta make it about its console wars. I think I would get the ROG before the Switch 2. I do wonder what the ROG is going to cost. I think that's going to be an interesting thing. I think it's going to be more expensive than people realize, but I do hope that they come in at like 800 for the X and under, but it literally could be PC pricing.
Didn't they say $790? I thought I heard a rumor that it was $799.
It's all rumor right now, unless for some reason in the last like 30 minutes that something was announced. Because I'm kind of just trying to keep an eye out on what that's going to be. But yeah, you're like the ROG, the ability that like you can play PlayStation games on the Xbox now. You can play like all of the, like as long as it's on PC, you can play it on the ROG. Like I think that's a precursor, obviously, for their next hardware that's going to hook up to the television. Yada yada yada. I do think that we're seeing, because they're more or less interested in competing against SteamOS, because SteamOS has gathered a lot of steam. And it's a great operating system. It runs really efficiently. And so the Windows 11, Xbox version of Windows 11 literally is going to cut out the desktop, really start to try to compete in terms of that performance. It's not going to have any compatibility issues because it's still Windows 11. And so then and then I think that's literally what Xbox is doing. Their games are literally just, you know, PC games. You know, they're just unifying their whole ecosystem, which I think is the real strength. And it's interesting that it's taken them this long to do that. I don't think console warring just, I get like from an audience capture perspective, but I think the vast majority, like even Yerman was like, yeah, 85, maybe 90% of gamers, you know, even politics, it's like we all can agree on a huge majority of things, and it's in these smaller disagreements that like that's where it's called console warring, it's called, you know, culture warring, it's, you know,
well, you also have,
people fight about stuff.
It becomes tribalism, right? Because what's it called, you wind up rooting for your team, but you also don't want, like, if your team loses, you feel like you've wasted all of your money, right? So it's a bit of a sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah.
With the whole thing. Then it's just, that's why I'm PC. I'm just like, PC always wins.
Well, and PC has gone and has made so many good strides. A lot of that, I would say, a lot of that Steam OS has been a huge contributing factor. And so it's exciting.
I don't know anything about Steam OS.
It's Linux. It's Linux, and so and then they've, you know, added in a lot of compatibility with Proton, so it makes it easier to port your games to Linux, which, you know, that's great. Like, yeah, you know, more options for the player, and so that's where it's going to be interesting to see, because Steam OS also licenses itself out to these hardware manufacturers. So I think there was like a rogue that was like literally like that runs Steam OS, and this is going to be the Windows version of that. And so like people have complained just the user interface on the ROG, you know, has been, you know, not that great, but all of a sudden Xbox stepping in, unifying the operating system, really doing what they know best is operating systems, and, you know, like, you know, Windows PC. And so it's like, yeah, I think that's them playing to their strengths.
Would you consider Steam OS a worthwhile investment?
Yeah, having a Steam Deck, but that's where it's like, I do wonder if Steam themselves make another
Steam OS, not Steam Deck.
I understand, but what I'm getting at is that I do wonder if Steam decides to make another Steam Deck or not. You know, like, that's up to them, because they could just license out their OS, and then and manufacturers can figure out that market, people who are really good at it. They sure could, right? Like, one of the things that the value that Steam making another Steam Deck would be is in kind of like, hey, we've pushed this, we've added in these features, we've built that into Steam OS as kind of the, like, we want to make sure that this is at a minimum baseline, and then people could buy higher tier products from there. But yeah, I do, Xbox might make another, you know, hardware that people, like, for lack of a better word, people use console, but it really is just going to be a hybrid PC. Yeah, that Microsoft could make that, but they might farm it out to literally, you know, like Alienware or something like that.
I hope not Alienware.
Ryan, I see you're messaging me regarding the database, etc.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I figured you'd do that when you're done. Like,
oh yeah, no, you're fine. I saw that pop up. What's up, Mr. Worldwide Warrior Light? Howdy. Glad to see X chat working. I really wish I could get it fully integrated, like, because I have the Twitch and the YouTube into one, and it would be so cool to be able to. I use Prism Live Studio to multi-stream because I didn't want to pay for the multi-streaming services that do exist.
Oh, like Streamlabs? Hey, you
Yeah.
can just do everything for $150 a month, or $150 a year, I think.
It's ridiculous. Probably, it might be worth it. I don't know, but it's like,
I think when it comes to console wars, I mean, it's just Nintendo, really. Nintendo's the only people like, nope, we're chilling, like, because even a lot of PlayStation exclusives although not quite on Xbox yet, are on PC, which is owned by Microsoft, which owns Xbox. So
Right.
it's not like
Yeah. Well,
tell
the
you that.
idea that Sony would block, I think, is ridiculous. I mean, who knows? We'll see what happens. But I think that's really where things are going. Honestly, I could see Sony making their own storefront, right? Because Microsoft has one, you know, like with the, you know, Play Anywhere. They also have Battle.net. So it's like, I think we'll see, you know, more unification on that, but also I could see Sony kind of making that push. And as soon as, like right now, I would say Microsoft gives you the most freedom in terms of how and you buy your games and how you play them. Sony is the timed exclusive box right now because they have the Xbox games. Okay. So like if that's where you want to play, cool. Their games are timed exclusives, usually 18 months to 2 years. Okay, so if you don't want to invest into their ecosystem and you got patience, well then you'll be just fine. But then essentially you have Nintendo, and Nintendo is the only console in my mind that actually has exclusives. Because they do not put them anywhere else but Nintendo hardware. And outside of emulation, which one thing they crack down on, which like Nintendo, man, I tell you, like I wanna root for you, but you also make it so incredibly hard to do so. I think it's going to be interesting to see like what happens this generation, because I think the Switch 2 is going to sell just fine. I do not think it's going to outsell the Switch 1. I just don't see a future. Well, of course, because they also had more inventory to sell. Like if you had more PlayStation 4s and 5s at the time of launch, like that would have, you know, broken records too. So it is like they've had the ability to stock away a lot of inventory, and that's great. Like I think it's somewhere around 6 million units already. And so like the value from Nintendo is how fast can they get to 10, 20, 30, 40 million units? Because that's going to give a lot of publishers a lot of like confidence, because then you have a hungry install base looking for new games.
Right. I'm with DK on this one. Basically, like, wondering on getting the Switch, but he hasn't like looked to get any other console since he built his PC.
Right. So like I literally think I'm going to be like, because it's PC cloud anywhere, play whatever, right? Like I'm like that's where the Xbox handheld really does sound appealing. Because then you can still connect into cloud, you can still connect into GeForce Now, you can still like it gives me all of this freedom. You can even probably connect into your PlayStation. But all that being said, and then essentially Nintendo is kind of the console. Like I said this, and you know, people were like, huh? I was like, I will legitimately trade in my PS5 for another Switch 2. Because I will get,
of course,
way more out of that with me and the kids, you know. Because I was like, all right, like I literally just bought Final Fantasy 16 on Xbox Play Anywhere. That was the big reason why I wanted a PS5. I was like, all right, and it came out on Steam, and I was like, you know, like I've already beaten it, but then it's like the Xbox Play Anywhere proposition. I was like, yeah, honestly, I'll play that again, but. I think tonight, after I get tired of grinding it out here in Wicked, then I'm gonna switch over to Tears of the Kingdom for the first time ever. I tried to play it last night, and that's where Nintendo just sucks sometimes, because it's like, goodness gracious, Nintendo, why do you make it so dadgum hard? Why? Dude, yeah, GeForce Now, that's the thing a lot of people also don't realize is like, I get to offload all the heat and processing and everything like that onto another machine, and it actually, I think, makes my my machine life last much, much longer. Right now we're playing No Rest for the Wicked. It is and we're also doing a giveaway. So for anybody here on the, like, and unfortunately I do apologize to those of you on Twitch or Facebook or Instagram or Kick or X. You have to go in on the YouTube side and do the Wicked command, but I have it pinned up there. Type that in. You'll be eligible for a giveaway of the game. And we will roll on that before I switch over to Legend of Zelda. Maybe we'll give away 2 copies. Maybe for those who wants to hang out for the Zelda stream. It's not going to be a separate stream, by the way. Like, I'm just like going to eventually just switch games. The Xbox handheld looks interesting, TBH. I wonder if Steam will make a Steam Deck too, is what Worldwide says over on X. It's gonna be interesting. Like the thing I know, like I would like to see about like another, if they did make another Steam Deck, is like a 1080p really beautiful OLED screen, because that like I do wish Nintendo made like, I forget what it's called for the Joy-Cons to really improve the quality of the Joy-Cons overall, like the sticks. I wish they would have done whatever that, it's H something, I don't know. But also OLED. So there's like the two minor hardware gripes that I have with the Switch.
Feedback?
No, it's not haptic feedback. It's something with the, like the Joy-Cons and the original Joy-Cons have Joy-Con drift, and there's a thing you can do to prevent that, but they didn't do that. Wicked Builds is back in the chat. Let's give him a shout out. Where did
Why are you torturing yourself with that sword? He says.
Oh, I love this weapon. I love this so much.
I mean, it is pretty
Why
heavy.
is it not showing up in my chat here? I see him over here. What? YouTube ban. All right, let me say all. All right. Wicked Build, say another thing just so I can get the link to your channel. We can do a shout out for you, bud. Yeah, Brian, why are you torturing yourself? Oh, there it finally shows up. Man. YouTube, dude. YouTube's. All right, cool. All right.
YouTube, a cheeky bastard.
Yeah. Guys, check out Wicked Builds. Check them out. Link is in the chat now. All right, and where's this guy? All right.
I think Nintendo is losing billions of dollars by
Really?
not making their own launcher for
Oh.
PC.
Dude, they Nintendo, yeah, like opportunity cost for sure. Like they're profitable, but man, imagine if we were like, oh yeah, like I'm playing Mario Kart on, on my PC or my, whatever, like they would sell like Smash Brothers, right? Like, oh yeah, good network architecture. Because like I'm actually like really interested in I'm gonna play some more Smash, because I was playing Mario Kart with Mark when we were doing the game chat, and I was like, this is great. It's so easy to get in, play. We're having a good time. I really want to check out Smash, because Smash Online was such a pain in the ass.
Oh my gosh.
And so, but like Mario Kart seemed to work really well, and I was like, oh, I wonder if like overall the Switch 2 just runs online games so much better. Wicked Build says, I'm going to do a giveaway at 1,000 subs. Sorry, small time channel here. Dude, no need to apologize, dude. Let's get Wicked Builds to 1,000 subs, guys. So tell your friends. Give this man some support. Just go play his videos, and the algorithm will take it from here. You're going to get there, dude. Like, you're putting in, like, you're doing great work. You're putting in the time. It's just a function of, like, it's the unfortunate truth about content creation. It's like, a lot of it's driven off of hype. And so like, as you can see here, like, when the breach came out, we were at 200, 300 people on the stream. Now we're like, yeah, 30, 40, like I think it's a great size, but yeah, like, people are, they'll get excited. They'll come back, and so you'll get some, all right, dude. Yes. Call me TK. We got you a new sub, dude. All right, oh, he's they're in that room. Yeah, your channel name's great, by the way, because it also could really apply to a lot of other games as well. So it's like, hey, I've gotten all these builds done for Wicked, and then, hey, I want to play this other like action RPG or whatever. It's such a great channel name. Lots of potential.
I feel like it could literally be for any Wicked builds. Oh, check out this Wicked motorcycle build. I build motorcycles. PC, Wicked PC build.
Yeah.
Wicked car builds. Like whatever. Wicked builds is universal. Could be used for anything almost.
Exactly.
Wicked model building.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Tank models, gunpla, all that stuff.
All of it.
Dungeons and Dragons. Wicked Wicked, what were they? Little action figure
Wicked
builds?
Warhammer builds.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Clark says, Thomas is teasing me with the concept art. I don't appreciate being teased. Just drop the update, please, please, please. Dude, like I'm with, like I share, like I live in the feel of this like duality world where I'm like, yeah, I want the stuff, but I'm also like, let these guys cook. When we let these guys cook, man, it's a great experience.
Wicked says he used to build motorcycles. That's ironic.
There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Another level, everybody. Haha.
Nice.
Ooh, what was that notification? All right. Oh, Clark with hitting actually the sub. Welcome to the channel, dude. All right. Let's see here. Bop, bop, bop. It was like funneling into strength. All right, now I gotta go make that money. You started new after the update. I'm and addicted, dude. This update's been so good. I'm really loving it, and it's so fun because like there's like I'm like oh I feel like I learned something all the time. I was like I haven't like we were talking earlier. I was like I haven't even touched crafting. All right. Well, thanks for watching all the New World stuff, dude. I've been wanting to check out like the new hardcore season server. Just like I people like I put it like a silly challenge and nobody feel pressure to do so, but like people have been asking like you want to play Dune? It's like yeah, if like I can't justify it. You know, it's like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to.
I've been getting relatively decent like ratios.
I was surprised we didn't see any kind of announcement for an expansion at Summer Games Fest. So it's like, all right, well, man, I wonder if they are doing an expansion. You know,
they could be doing one next year.
It would like I don't know, like that seems like a big gap between them releasing Eternum and whatnot. I know they'll have a big update, but I was like, in my mind, it just makes sense to do the expansion.
Yep. Did you see that interview with Chrono Odyssey? Because I know you're an MMO guy too. Where the guy said there's absolutely no pay to win. It will never happen, and it's a Korean MMO. And like he said it 3 times.
I'll believe it when I see it because their definition of pay to win is not our definition of pay to win.
Well,
so,
I agree, but he explains says the only thing that's only going to be available is cosmetics and some other stuff, like cosmetic specific, and that's it. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
I agree.
If there's one thing I learned being a gamer, it's that you never take the devs' words at face value.
Well, my thing is like Korea rents out a bunch of like they have like gamer. I don't know if you've ever seen, but they actually have like little gaming PC cafes where you rent out, right?
Yeah, they have LAN cafes.
Exactly. So sometimes it makes sense. Oh, I could pay this because if I have to grind for this long, it's going to cost me this much money. So instead, I'll just pay this.
Well,
much
that's why most of the Korean games are pay to win. It's because like LAN cafes or
they charge by the hour.
Are extremely popular in South Korea because of like their stuff surrounding like PCs and personal PCs and stuff.
So why can't they just like have a different monetization depending on where you're at? Hey, Korea's cool with it. The West doesn't. So hey, on the West we're not going to have any of that.
I would assume it's because it's too much work. I would assume
there are different monetization models for different regions, like in terms of that. So you'd see games that have like a subscription, not have a subscription in those kind of areas, but it isn't so like
it's
easy
not prolific.
Yeah, it's not prolific. It doesn't, roll out to everybody.
Gotcha.
That's good to know about that XP potion. I did notice that. I went into this realm and my XP potion and it refreshed, baby. All right, where am I going? Cool. I wonder. Yeah, let me check the. Nameless pass bummer. All right. Boomer. Oh man, experience like the downside of like anything, like when you buy kind of like increase like XP, for example, like it's always going to feel like, oh, the XP should be naturally faster, but they're trying to get me to spend money, so they slowed it down on purpose. Like even if they didn't, it's always going to have that thought in the back of your mind.
Yep. It's make a crappy mechanic and pay for solution. Like
Yeah.
they do it on purpose almost sometimes.
Yeah. That's where like the best solution was obviously the subscription model, but it did not win.
It's almost always on purpose.
Well, you know, honestly, I've been kind of rooting for the idea of MMOs kind of falling into things like Game Pass or PSN. Like it's like, oh, you pay for this subscription, you get access to the game. Because if they're going to give it that, because these games all have cash shops in them anyway, if they're like either be 100% subscription, or if you're going to have a cash shop, like just make it accessible. Stop charging me both.
Yeah.
I think subscription based. I think if Ashes of Creation does it right and it's purely subscription based and it comes out and it seems to work, more MMOs will automatically transition to that, right? Like it's not going to be box plus that plus pay to win like WoW. WoW has like all three. It's a box price at one point, and then they have a subscription, and then they have like XP tokens, I believe, as well. So,
Yeah,
not XP tokens.
gold
It's,
tokens,
WoW,
basically. WoW tokens, yeah.
WoW tokens, which are playtime. So you can spend, I think it's like $20 to sell an in-game token for like 300,000 gold, and then that person who spent 300,000 gold for that token now has a month's worth of game time. So it's literally like RMT. And I think there's still RMT in the game, but I think ever since doing that, it's died down a lot, if I recall correctly. I could just be pulling that out of my ass, but I'm not sure.
The Moon, like you'd want them to remake Legacy of Kain, like Moon Studios themselves, they've expressed interest in doing like a Banjo 3, and I think that'd be really cool to see. Obviously, Microsoft keeps hitting them up for another Ori game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, in my mind, like I know Thomas is like we're 100% focusing in on this, but I was like, there is a check big enough that allows both things to happen. You know?
Tree of Savior? Dude, Clark, I haven't played that game since it came out.
Which one?
Tree of Savior. It's it's an okay game. It's got some interesting concepts, but I never got into it. I remember I had a friend who was like, dude, this is the next great MMO. I was like, okay, dude. I got stuck at a place and it required me to do like an insane amount of grinding in order for me to get basically I couldn't progress to the next level. I needed like to the next like area. I needed like 3 more levels, and in order to do that I had to grind like these small packs of mobs that take forever to respawn, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this, I'm done.
Was it not a good rotation where as you got done with all the small packs, you could go right back to your first pack?
It wasn't. No, they didn't respond fast enough. So you basically, but also too, it was like an early zone that I was in, so there were other people killing the things that they needed to kill, and it was just
Made it worse.
impossible. I don't even remember what class it was.
I'm looking forward to stepping into my getting my kind of mage build going, but this is a lot of fun. There we go. All right.
What mage build did you do? Did you do fire? Did you do the fire staff? Did you
No,
go with
like
the ice
I made it to level 4, and then it was my hardcore. I started on my on hardcore and got killed, and so I was like, all right, now, and so like we did the hardcore. We'll do some more hardcore, but I was like, yeah, I really want to kind of see how many I can get, how many classes I can get to level 30, so I can really kind of start playing around with some builds and and whatnot. Not to like try to steal wicked builds as thunder, but just like, yeah, I like, here's the builds for myself, and I can mind, like I'll probably try to hopefully remember to shout wicked builds out in my build videos, just so we can continue to help grow the content creator community around the game as well. Yeah, but my limit is always, and will continue to always be, just limited on the amount of time that I actually have to play games. This right now is an exception because of that, like the house remodel. Like, yep, I got time to play because no one's here and it's lonely. Like, man, I lived by myself for like a year, and I was like, yeah, I want a roommate. This sucks. Yeah. All right. Go sell all this stuff. Ooh. I'm gonna hold on to those. But I can get to 2 gold, but I guess like at this tier, not a lot drops it. Just no more ROD, please. What's ROD? Ring of Determination? I haven't even seen it. People talk about it all the time. Yeah, it's like this thing that just it just teases me. It's like, it's out there. Maybe I can get one. Thanks guys for the 25 likes, by the way. It's a great free way that the YouTube algorithm knows how to like push these streams out to people. All right, let's see here.
So when you make your power leveling guide, are you looking for like the absolutely, like, are you trying to get like a world record, like the fastest way to get to level 30? Is that what you're going for with the power level?
Yeah. The idea is like how to level, but it's not just also your level. You'll notice the thing that I'm double dipping on progression because I've been farming these plague eye cores alongside of it, and so it's like, yep, here we go.
Gotcha.
Do I have diamonds in my gear? Yeah, for the experience boost. That's what I've been farming the endgame stuff for, to boost up the experience gain. So that way I have basically an increase of 50%. So that while I'm doing these other things, I'm getting, honestly, it feels like pretty decent experience. And then and it's really fast because the enemies aren't powered up. I literally am just like blasting through them. I'll show you guys that if you don't know the super fast way to get to the boss. Oh yeah, I'll jump into that here in a minute. Now that I'm higher level.
You use controller for this, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay.
If they're like, that's what I was like. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know if Dune supports controllers, but I was like, check it out, maybe. Just for that alone, but it's like, yeah, give me. It doesn't. I didn't. From everything I've seen, it doesn't.
They're adding it, but it doesn't right now.
All right. There might be some value that I can provide in how I approach these games, but at the moment, I'm like, we'll see. We'll see how I feel.
Dude, I mean, I've been using keyboard and mouse, but there's still certain games like Rocket League. No Rest for the Wicked. I had to switch back to controller. Expedition 33 is so much better on controller. So much better on controller, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I need to hook up my. Wow, that is a big AOE. I need to hook up my PS4 controller, see if it still works.
Nice. PS5 controller, I think, is really good. That's why it's interesting to see. I wonder. Like, and also the Nintendo Switch controller is really good. And the new Pro controller too. But yeah, like I'm hoping that I like my Elite series, but it's like one of the things that drives me nuts is the fact that the buttons and everything is replaceable.
Yeah, my friend and I prefer the PS4 controller because it's smaller.
Boom! Corpse smeared blade. I'm so sorry for those who've been hunting that weapon. I just feels like I get it all the time. Yeah, that's actually a good name for the Switch too. It's a pro version of the Switch.
It's the Super Switch.
Super Switch. Super Nintendo Switch. SNES.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I get why they called it the 2. I think they were worried about the Wii U situation, but like Super Nintendo Switch would have been sweet. Would have been so good.
Oh, balls. What? Oh.
Dude, I know, right? Like I think it has been every time. I think it would be the exception if he didn't drop it. Be like, what? Streamer privilege, come on. Leg Ichor. All right, let's start freeing up space. Boom, baby. All right, now I just got to do this. And I can knock some of that out in this new world. Let's go. That's good to know, Wicked. I haven't tried that myself. All right, 1 second, guys. Got a phone call coming in. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. There we go. Awesome. I was like, oh yeah, I was going here. Forgot what I was doing. Two things you want is that Inquisitor Sword and the Flame split move. The 3 bounty characters that you have to fight. Can I jump off this? No, bummer. Come on. Hit him. There it is. Savage pair down here. Okay. One thing you saw me do is touch the shallows when I first zoned into this new realm, and it's like, well, sometimes they spawn down there. So I got really lucky. Because then I can just run out and get them. Boom, level up, level 22. Oh, he's still alive. Can't back up too far. All right. That's what I wanted. I'm just gonna go turn in that quest, and then we're gonna go do the higher level world. see if we can survive the regular enemies in that world. Plenty of those. Cool. Copper. All right. More copper. Needs more copper. He's got a little bit of copper for me. Okay. I can't do that in there. It's full. There we go. Beautiful. I'm trying to be somewhat organized. All right, let's see here. Kill the pestilence over there. I kind of foobarred this. I need to go in the crucible to reset that. But the range council is right here. Let's go. Maybe we'll let's go play around. Let's go down here and see what kind of experience I get on a higher level world. Oh, good. Somewhere down there now. Is that where our last was? No. Crucible for this character. I'm looking forward to upgrading the freaking whispers and being able to kind of pop around to different areas much easier. I'm perfectly fine with that grind and that doing those unlocks too, by the way. Like I'm really interested. Bad. Yeah, definitely some decent experience. Dude, I hit him out of the air. Yeah, the time to kill is definitely increased, clearly, from one shots. You take mounts over fast travel? You like mounts. I hop on a deer, let's go.
That deer did nothing to you, man. He was just trying to live his life.
His mistake. I wanted some deer steak. Oh, they got me. They got me. Poor Buck.
Oh no. Was that a hardcore?
Nah, not a boss level. It was just two of them at once.
What a happy place to fight.
Yeah.
Sunflowers.
I know, it's beautiful out here. Oh, shot me through the tree. There we go. Dude, I haven't seen that one drop yet, though. Another stag. There you go. Really need to figure out how to open that gate. I'm assuming it can be opened. Oh, I'm gonna try to these bounties.
I got. I'm gonna bounce for a bit. One of my friends wants me to go play a game with them, so I'm gonna go do that for a
All right,
little
man.
bit.
See you, Ryan. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Of course, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Later, dude.
See you. See you.
Bye.
There we go. Yes. It's like, they can do it to me, I can push them off the ledge myself. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got a bunch of bad guys. Jeez Louise. Oh gosh, run! Run! Heal, 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 heal.
I feel like that sword should be doing much more damage.
I need to level up the sword, so I haven't fully
Okay.
invested. So I'm making copper right now. Let's go. Okay, got rid of his buddy. Oh, come on. Finish him off. There we go. There we go. Woo.
Nice.
Yes. All right. And there's another fight out here. Oh, wow. That was a good chunk of XP just for that fight alone. That blade sucks and it's underleveled. Oh, it's definitely underleveled.
Yeah.
We'll get it leveled up a little bit.
Wow, you just obliterated that fucking rat.
I gotta feel like a badass one way or the other. There you go. Stag down. Right. Oh, good lord. I knew there was probably one of them out here. Right, we currently have like 5 people in for the giveaway. So, be sure if you want a chance to win, and this is it will be a key that you can use and give to others. Ah, good lord. Come on. Hey, warrior light. Oh, good golly. Got him.
Yep.
All right, sweet. Get off that ledge. Yeah. Ha-ha! Level up, baby. Keep wanting to just keep plugging them in here. I'm gonna give myself a little bit more life. Okay, somewhere up there or in here. Flame breath. Oh, no. Oh, it got me. Let's see if I can level up my blade a little bit more. Whew. Turn that in. I don't know. I'll keep it. No, I need iron. Cool. Already bought all his iron. Thanks for hanging out, Wicked. Let's see here. I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna go to the restroom, and then when I get back, we'll do the giveaway, and then I'm probably gonna. I want to switch over to Tears of the Kingdom and check out that game for the first time. So, give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. All right. I am back. We've currently got 7 people entered in for the giveaway. So I'm going to give you guys a minute maybe, and then we'll roll and we'll see who wins. Might also give away a copy to somebody who comments on the VOD with Wicked. It's like, oh yeah. If anybody is typing in Wicked that's not on YouTube, by the way, you got to go over to the YouTube side. Why does it just show starting? Like, so confused on. The Instagram side of things. All right. All right, got a new entry. 30 more seconds, and then I'll roll. And we got a new follow, Jay-Z for the win. Thank you for hitting that follow button over on Twitch. Oh, excuse me. All right. I think we have our entrance. Choosing a winner. Ralsoul. Ralsoul, if you're still here with us, sound off in the comments.
Raw soul.
Ralsoul.
Bajan. Bajan?
Bajan. He's got a minute to reply. Otherwise, we will re-roll. And then if he does reply, you will need to DM me on, because I cannot DM private message on YouTube. So just note that you'll have to pop into the Discord and shoot me a message, and we'll confirm that it's in fact you. Just so if anybody is not a part of the Discord, you know, top link in the description will get you there.
From what I can tell, he's not in the chat.
Yeah, we haven't. I was like, I haven't think I've seen Ross. I think was it Rossall that was also talking about giving it away like to their friend, which is a real bummer. It's like,
Oh, that might have been it.
yeah, bummer. All right, sorry, Raw. We're gonna re-roll. Mr. Worldwide Warrior of Light, dude. I already follow. We follow each other on X, so I'm just gonna DM you. Let's see here. Can I do it for, because like you were also chatting on Next. Let me see if I can click on you. Oh, I can. Yes. All right. Ba ba ba. All right. Let me get the key. And sent. Congrats, Mr. Worldwide. It's so good. All right, I want to play some Zelda. So let me see if I can get this swapped over smoothly. Where's Steam? Let's go back to the game. And all right, now let me fire up the other thing. What?
What TK said, it's Brian's fault. I'm low-key addicted to this game. He gave me my first hit as well.
First hit's free, man.
Dude.
I keep like looking at the bottom of the Switch controller thinking like, oh, it's gonna. Oh, well, at least it's somewhat capturing. Hey, all right. Hey, just for a second.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that works.
All right, what happened?
No signal.
Yeah. Come on. It connected a second ago. I heard it. Did I not press A fast enough? The connected TV supports HDR. If you set up HDR, game visuals will be enhanced. Say, I guess adjust.
With vivid color display.
All right. Great. All right, let me adjust the... Do I just increase the size of this window? Is it... Oh. And I can, but... All right, let me go to my game captures. Oh. Okay.
Is the key for Steam? I think so.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for Steam. Trying to figure out. Oh, there we go. To resize. They make it tough. There we go. Just want to get that line knocked off. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. And let's go back to gaming scene. All right. And hopefully Nintendo doesn't screw me up like they did earlier. Is it not? I thought it was over here. I guess I'll... Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, Mario Kart's fun, but it's like I can't at this time recommend a Switch to people.
Did you change your game on?
YouTube doesn't let me do that, so I'm literally keeping it like the way it is.
Okay.
Yeah, the stream is literally called Wicked then Zelda. It's like, all right.
Fair enough.
This strange gloom keeps getting thicker. We've been descending for a while now. These tunnels are deeper than I thought. What could be down here?
Zelda, Princess of Hyrule. Oh wow, I got like all the hearts. Let's see here. Okay, invert. Not horizontal, vertical. That's better. Oh. You got all the love.
People have been falling ill after coming into contact with the gloom drifting through these caverns. Though here it seems almost misty and not concentrated enough to harm us. We'll keep going, with it coming up from beneath Hyrule Castle. We do not know what waits below, so we need to be ready for anything. But I know I'll be okay with you, Link. Let's go solve this mystery.
Dude, that's one of the things, like, with Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster, they're, like, having voice acting with it. Dude, that's gonna be so nice. The Master Sword. It must be sensing something. I knew we had a reason for concern. Ever since the end of the calamity, the castle has fallen into neglect. But never could I have imagined anything like these tunnels we're hiding here. We must be careful as we move deeper. Swing sword. Yeah. Link, look here. These are the ruins of an ancient civilization. Wait, something is written here. Might these ruins be from the Zonai? Oh, Link, look at this. These carvings. I'm sure they're Zonai in origin. I've seen designs like this in my studies. The Zonai are said to have lived long ago in the time of the earliest legend, and possessed godlike powers and had a prosperous civilization in the sky. Many history books tell us about the Zonai, but none give us the full picture. Much is still unknown about them. These statues here. Like on a tour of a museum. Is this what the Zonai look like? Maybe they seem different than us and much larger ears. How did the ruins of a civilization in the sky end up beneath the castle? It looks like the path ahead goes even deeper. Let's continue, Link. I think she's taking pictures. Let's get a selfie. Yeah.
You're not hurt, are you, Link?
Oh, there it is.
Look at these murals. The written histories of the royal family include stories of a great war fought long ago. It was a
That is
conflict
not
between
how I would
allied
expect
tribes, and
Zelda to
someone only
sound.
ever referred to as the Demon King. Is it possible? Do these murals depict the same legend? This is similar to the statues we saw earlier, a Zonai. And these figures look like Hylians. This depiction certainly suggests that the Zonai descended from the heavens. It is said that my ancestors, the first of Hyrule's royal family, were born from a union with gods who had descended from the heavens. These murals tell a similar story, and if they are accurate, then the gods mentioned were the Zonai. They must have forged a relationship with the Hylians of that time, working together to establish the Kingdom of Hyrule. This figure, he seems to be stealing something of incredible power from
Looks
the
like
young
Ganon.
kingdom. This all aligns with what I've read during my studies. And then this, it shows the Demon King. And a fierce battle against him. If the creature depicted here really does represent the Demon King, then... Oh. Incredible! This mural must be the Great War recorded in the royal histories. This is the imprisoning war, and the events that led up to it. Link! This is a huge discovery! All right then, now to use this invention of Pura's. I'm glad I didn't leave it behind. It's so easy to record. You point it and click. Oh. Oh, it looks like the rest of the murals are obscured. Just what is this place? Maybe we'll find more answers farther ahead. Link, let's keep moving deeper.
Looks like it's getting thicker.
Mhm.
Oh, neat. Hey, they got me from going from Xbox to this. Like, always accidentally press the B button.
What's that?
Oh, it's like emanating from him and fascinating.
Mhm.
Huh. Oh, creepy. Oh, wow. Oh, and the Master Sword broke. But it cut him.
Was that the sword that seals the darkness? The blade that shatters so easily against my power cannot save you from me.
A little darker than what I remember other Zeldas being.
You, who carries that fragile sword, a Link. Raru placed his faith in you. And that was all you could do.
How do you know our names?
Okay. Okay. The castle's raising? The sky is falling? Something fascinating.
Link, finally you wake. I've heard a great deal about you from Zelda. Your wounds were severe. I am relieved to see you escape death. Your arm, however, was beyond saving. I had to replace it, lest the injury endanger you further.
Decayed Master Sword. Archaic legwear. Cool. All right. What? It's like, all right, that is a trust fall. Can I control my descent? Great Sky Island. Tree branch. Tree branch is badly damaged. Soldier Constructor. Zonai charge. All right. Fill in my inventory with tree branches. I think I have waited for you. The Puripad. The Garden of Time. Find Princess Zelda. What's up, James? Cool. Wooden stick. frog. Cool. Press and hold and then release. He's warming himself by a fire.
Eat the frog.
I just have to put it in the fire? Okay, just gotta cook it in the fire. There we go. Seems like they're, I don't know. I think Breath of the Wild, I thought I did it a little bit different, but it's been so long. Worried about burning them. I don't know. Okay, Master Sword is running out of energy. Ooh. Shield, baby. Let's go. Perfect. Rusty Broadsword, yeah.
That was my nickname in high school.
Your nickname was Rusty Broadsword?
I'm kidding.
Okay. I was like, oh man, I learned something new every day, man. That's funny.
No entry.
That door will open only to those with sufficient power. I'm sorry. I did not intend to startle you. It was I that spoke to you earlier. That arm originally belonged to me. I am Raru.
Source of the right arm.
Forgive me for appearing to you in this manner. Unfortunately, I no longer have a physical form. In any case, that arm should allow you to open this door. It seems to have lost the power to do so. You might be able to restore it, but you would need to enter a place filled with sacred light. Of course. Why not visit the shrines on this island? The shrines. Yes, I'm sure they are the key.
Okie dokie. Okay. Be kind of nice if it was global settings, but let's see here. Trying to think. Say. Nice. All right. Great. Okay, good to know that I can. Where's my toasted ones? Gummit. Okay. Hold. How do I eat it? I just shot an arrow at me. Gather up your arrows. Old wooden bow. Noctis says, just asking, are you going to try out Dune Awakening? I'm very tempted. Dune Awakening looks like a game that's kind of really up my alley. But just from a timing perspective, I was like, oh, I want to play this one, check this out. So, like, I'm not really feeling like I need to. Honestly, I've been just kind of waiting to see how people resonate with it after, like, because it's MMOs, like, new MMOs tend to be very popular, like, for a short period of time, and then it's like, yeah, the real test is like, well, how does it feel? How does it feel once it's out? Looks interesting. Are you playing it, Noctis? A couple people in the Discord as well have been like, hey, I'm thinking about it. Restroom. How the heck do I eat food? Drop, select. Okay. I can drop and I can pick them up. I thought I cooked some of these things.
Can you go to in your inventory?
Maybe that's where I do it. Sort, select.
Oh, wait, no, wait. I
Eat.
think... There you go.
Why is that not a quick action, though?
I think it is. Hold on a second. Go back to your... Yeah, it's up on the D-pad, I think. If you look under your hearts, it tells you.
Yeah, so I press up on the D-pad. It brings this up. But I only have select, drop, back, and sort by type.
Weird.
Right, like I would think that I would come in here and do it, but alas, here we are. I'm gonna sneeze.
Good night.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, I feel like New World with it's like New World with base building. Well, all right. And I saw like guns and stuff. So I've been watching a couple streams.
I would not consider it New World with base building.
I've seen people build bases.
I just wouldn't compare it to New World. I don't see the... Wow, no fall damage. That's cool.
So far, I'm sure there's a fall damage. I don't know.
Your rusty broadsword broke.
It did? No.
That's what it said.
Is my Master Sword recharged yet? Nope.
I don't know how that works.
It apparently runs off of energy. I guess I wonder what happened to my toasted shrooms, man. Frustrating.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused
I
about.
toasted them. I picked them up.
Yeah, you have like 7 of them or something, or 6. I don't know. Maybe they're in a special inventory tab, like food or something. Food
Materials. Food. Oh, look at that.
Like messing around with the shoulder buttons.
Genius. Genius. Okay, so we do have them. They show up in there, but they don't show up here.
Yeah, why not? That's weird. That's strange. Doesn't make any sense.
Ukaloth Shrine. Ultra hand. Grab and move objects, rotate them, and stick them to other objects. Usability. Activate. Cool. Oh, cool. Don't know if I'm going to need it, but we'll come back and grab it if we do. Got some hooks. Okay, I have no idea if I just screwed that up. Oh, I got an idea. I like that. I can't wait to see what other kind of puzzles they got for us later. I'm out of drinks. Circle glows with the light. It's using motion control. Great. All right. Guys, it's 9 o'clock. I think that means it's my bedtime. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I think I'm gonna really have a lot of fun with this game. See how far I can get. But yeah, got a lot to explore. Got to figure out how to eat on the fly. But all that. Thanks, Cameron, and thanks, Ryan, for hanging out with me in the voice chat. And hopefully, we'll get more of you guys coming to trickle in. And yeah, we'll see. I don't think I'll be live tomorrow, just as a heads up. I got some family stuff. I got Elizabeth's dance recital. I'm gonna be checking that out. And then yeah, just keep messaging me about Dune if you want me to play it, guys. Because I guess as soon as my Twitch money comes in, I might pick that up. That might be something fun here in a week or two. We will see. All right, guys. Without further ado, I wish you all the best, and hopefully I'll see you in the next whatever. Till then,